Hi all, and welcome to the Football Channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more. Here are the highlights of the closing games of the group stage match day 3 of the FIFA Arab Cup Qatar 2025. Only a win will potentially do for the hosts, and FIFA Arab Cup 2021 runners-up Syria and Palestine clash to settle the Group A section summit. Heading into the final day of Group A action at the FIFA Arab Cup, the section standings are certainly not how most would have had them looking. With just 1 point apiece, host Qatar and 2021 runners-up Tunisia are staring down the barrel of a stunning early exit. Only a win in that PA's confrontation in Al Khor will possibly keep their hopes alive as section pacesetters Syria and Palestine clash simultaneously in Al Rayyan. Victory for either will secure top spot, while a draw will see both progress, with Palestine as the group winners. Here are the Group A fixtures for match day 3. Qatar vs Tunisia. Kickoff times: 8 p.m. in Al Khor, 6 p.m. in Tunis. Qatar's campaign has been undone by late goals, conceding in the 95th minute in a 1-0 defeat against Palestine in their opener, and then in the 90th minute in a 1-1 draw with Syria. That leaves their hopes of progression hanging by a thread, with only a win here potentially enough, although that will rely on there being a winner in the Syria-Palestine clash taking place at the same time. The scenario is the same for the Tunisian side, which have also banked just 1 point from a possible 6 after the loss against Syria and a 2-2 draw with Palestine, where they blew a 2-goal advantage with less than half an hour to play. The fixtures: stalemate sees Palestine and Syria advance. A scoreless draw in the Group A finale sent both Palestine and Syria through to the quarters at the FIFA Arab Cup, as host Qatar exited with just 1 point. After a fairly uneventful 90 minutes at Education City Stadium, that was exactly how things unfolded as Palestine topped the section on goal difference. Palestine and Syria knew that a draw would see both reach the quarters, and in a match of scant opportunity, the scoreless result in front of 40,000 at Education City Stadium looked a likely outcome for long periods. Outside of a couple of efforts that blazed wide from distance, the game's only flashpoint came just after the hour as Syria were awarded a penalty that was ruled out upon VAR review. Player of the match: Mohammed Al-Sorkati, Syria. Both nations advancing to the last 8 for the first time at the FIFA Arab Cup, where Saudi Arabia and either Morocco or Oman await. In the other match, Tunisia downed the host 3-0 to cap a poor tournament for Qatar side that ended with just 1 point. Tunisia's goals came from Ben Romdane in the 16th minute, Maria 62nd, and Ben Ali 90+4. Player of the match: Mohamed Ben Romdane, Tunisia. 10-player Tunisia sunk Qatar to finish Group A with a victory, but Syria's draw with Palestine ensured they, along with their hosts, were eliminated. Sami Trabelsi's side hit the front when Saifdine Jaziri saw his close-range effort parried to Mohamed Ben Romdane, who was on hand to power home the rebound. The Eagles of Carthage then doubled their lead just after the hour. Ben Romdane was again involved as his corner was flicked on by captain Fajani Sassi, allowing Yassine Maria to steal in at the back post and bravely head home. Hulan Lopetegui's side were handed a lifeline just 3 minutes later, as Jaziri received a second yellow card for a late lunge on Akram Afif. Tunisia still had the better to play from there, though, and rounded out the scoring when Mohamed Ben Ali lashed home a powerful deflected effort. In Group B, Morocco defeated Saudi Arabia to reach the FIFA Arab Cup knockout stages, while Oman downed Comoros but still suffered elimination. On another thrilling day of action in the FIFA Arab Cup, Morocco defeated Saudi Arabia 1-0 to top Group B and reached the quarterfinals. The Saudis, who missed a penalty, had already secured their progress to the knockout stages. Morocco's goal came from Karim El Berkawi in the 11th minute. Player of the match: Karim El Berkawi, the goal scorer. Requiring a draw to progress, Morocco secured their passage to the quarterfinals with a victory over Saudi Arabia, which missed a penalty in the second half. The Green Falcons held their own after making multiple changes following their prior progress to the knockouts following back-to-back victories. Hervé Renard's men came close to breaking the deadlock in the 6th minute when a looping header from Saleh Abu El-Shomat flew over Morocco goalkeeper El Mehdi Benabid and clipped the crossbar. With a place in the quarterfinals at stake, Morocco immediately fought back and took the lead after Tarek Tassoudali laid the ball off to Karim El Berkawi, who finished under intense pressure from the Saudi defense. Saudi Arabia refused to give up and were awarded a penalty midway through the second half following a foul by Armin Zazou on substitute Abdullah Al-Hamdan, who attempted Panenka but chipped the resulting spot kick over the bar. Elsewhere, Oman needed a victory over Comoros and for Morocco to lose to the Saudis to seal an unlikely qualification. They fulfilled their end of the bargain with a 2-1 victory, but the result elsewhere ensured their elimination. Oman goals were scored by Isom Al-Sabi, who produced a brace in the 30th and 43rd minutes and won the player of the match. Comoros' goal came from Nashua Hamidou in the 68th. Needing to not just win but also chase goals, Oman wasted little time in setting about that task. Within the first half-hour alone, Isom Al-Sabi twice failed to hit the target from close range. Zahir Al-Agbari forced a pair of saves from Comoros keeper Ali Hamida, and Jamil Al-Yamadi also blazed wide. When the goal did eventually come, it was not a moment that Hamida will remember fondly, as he attempted to dribble past Al-Sabi inside the 6-yard box, was duly dispossessed and watched on as the Omani forward tucked home into an empty goal. A swooping header just shy of the break doubled Al-Sabi and Oman's advantage before things swung unexpectedly in Comoros' favor after the resumption. Firstly, a delightful solo effort from Nashua Hamidou saw them peg one back before several late chances were squandered in an entertaining finale to a campaign that saw the debutants ultimately end with 3 straight defeats. Oman depart with 4 points and at something of a crossroads ahead of the start of qualification for the next FIFA World Cup. In Group C, Jordan and the UAE advanced to the last 8. Jordan entered their encounter with Egypt at the FIFA Arab Cup Qatar 2025 with nothing on the line, having already done the hard work to secure 6 points and put themselves at the top of their group after their second-round match against Kuwait, guaranteeing them a spot in the quarterfinals. So it was only natural that coach Jamal Salemi sent out an entirely different lineup to start against Egypt in the last round of the group stage, with none of the previous starters included. Despite the sweeping changes, Jordan looked outstanding against Egypt. They served up one of the best displays of the tournament, scoring 3 goals and taking their tally to 9 points, the culmination of a terrific effort that made them the only side to complete the group stage with a perfect record, during which they netted 8 goals while conceding only 2. Ali Owen, one of Jordan's standout names in recent years, is the tournament's top scorer with 3 goals. He spoke to FIFA after the match to explain how the Nashem are managing to perform so brilliantly without their regular starters, and even without major stars like Musa Al-Tameri of Stade Rennais. None of our squad are here to make up the numbers, Owen said. Any player the coach chooses will give 100% for the Jordan badge. Today was a massive opportunity for every player to prove themselves. We topped the group, thank God, and what's to come will be even better. Isom Smiri, for his part, shed light on the secret to Jordan's strength. The players, he said, fight like soldiers on the pitch and are ready to sacrifice for their flag and for coach Jamal Salemi without hesitation, regardless of which starting 11 he names. In the Jordan shirt, we don't play with the mentality of a side made up of just 11 starters. We have the mentality that we're a team of 23, Smiri said. We're lucky to have coach Jamal Salemi with us and is happy to have this squad. All he has to do is choose the team he wants, and we're soldiers who will carry out our duties as required. Saad Al-Rozan, another national star at the regional showpiece, underlined the squad's ambition in Qatar. We played 3 excellent matches, both in terms of performance and results, and we took the maximum points, he said. We declared from day one of the tournament that we aim to win the title. Coach Jamal is doing a great job. He has instilled confidence in all the players, and everyone's fully ready, whether starting or coming off the bench. Still, Owen does not view the Neshama's mission as straightforward. The pressure mounts with every new achievement, so that the expectations of success are now constant. I always said we would become the best generation in Jordan's history once we achieved something significant, and we did that by reaching the final of the Asian Cup for the first time, Owen said. After that, the pressure on us increased. The fans now expect positive results all the time and want us to go as far as possible in every competition. Thanks to the coaching staff led by Jamal Salemi and Hussein Amuta before him, we've done what we needed to do. He also highlighted the role of the Jordanian fans in their recent victories. We can't thank our fans enough. Their presence in Qatar has been remarkable, Owen said. Their voices are always the loudest in the stadium, and that gives us the motivation and excitement to do our best. So we thank them for everything they do for us. Owen did not deny that he has his eye on top scorer honors, for which he is a current frontrunner, with 3 goals. The most important thing is winning the title for Jordan, he said, but I also hope to win the top scorer award if possible. There's no reason why not. Jordan's last 8 showdown against Iraq is set for Friday, the 11th of December at 17:30 Doha time at Education City Stadium. In the other game of the UAE and Kuwait, the UAE squad headed to the FIFA Arab Cup 2025 on the back of a crushing disappointment. A heartbreaking defeat to Iraq in the FIFA World Cup 2026 Asian qualification playoff, just 2 weeks before the regional tournament, ended their hopes of reaching the global showpiece. The Emiratis then set out on their Arab Cup campaign hungry to get back on track. Despite a shaky 2-1 defeat to Jordan in the opening game, a draw against Egypt allowed the UAE to keep their hopes of progression alive going into their final Group C match against Kuwait. They duly recorded a comprehensive 3-1 win to book their place in the knockout phase. Things have been very tough for us recently, following our failure to qualify for the World Cup. Attacking midfielder Nicolas Gimenez told FIFA, "Our primary objective is to perform well and reach the final." Despite playing in Stadium 974 packed with Kuwaiti supporters, the UAE took an early lead through a double from Yahya Al-Ghassani in the space of 3 minutes. When their opponents reduced the deficit in the second half with just 10 men, Gimenez stepped up and capitalized on some sloppy defending to unleash a thunderbolt into the Kuwaiti net. The Al-Wazir player's first international goal, coupled with Jordan's 3-0 victory over Egypt, sent his team through to the quarterfinals. "I'm so happy to win this match because we deserved it," added Gimenez, who previously spent time with CA Torres in Argentina. "We had our chance to qualify for the World Cup, but luck wasn't really on our side. Now we're out of the running, so we have to focus on this competition. It's a 3-day turnaround, so the most important thing now is to recover for the next game." Joining them in the knockout stage of the Arab Cup are Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Morocco, Iraq, and their upcoming opponents, Algeria, all of whom have already secured their tickets to the North American showpiece. While the regional competition may not wash away any lingering regrets, the smiles on the players' faces after securing their place in the quarterfinals suggest that the Arab Cup is a perfect remedy to heal their wounds. "It definitely makes you feel better," said Gimenez. "It's not the World Cup, but it's still very important for us." Last but not least, Group D, Algeria, headed into this section settled knowing that they needed just a point to secure passage to the knockouts, but they ended up with all 3 after a tetchy stop-start affair at the Khalifa International Stadium. Their cause were greatly aided after Iraq's Hussein Ali saw red in just the 5th minute, and they took the lead on the stroke of halftime as Redouane Berkane nodded a free kick back across the face of goal where it was headed home by Mohamed Amin Tougai. Before the goal, Iraq had lost influential forward Mohamed Ali to injury, and they struggled to cause any real threat to a Fenix side that doubled the advantage shortly after the restart. A teasing cross from the impressive Yassin Brahimi led to confusion between Iraq goalkeeper Fayed Talib and defender Saad Natik, with the former clattering the ball into the latter before it ricocheted into the goal. Despite several missed chances from Algeria, that was the way that things finished, with a 2-0 win sending the Fenix top of the section and booking a last 8 date with the United Arab Emirates, while Iraq will face Jordan. Player of the match was Yassin Brahimi, Algeria. Meanwhile, Bahrain ended their campaign on a positive note after defeating 10-man Sudan in a thrilling contest, as both teams were eliminated following Algeria's victory. In a balanced opening half, Bahrain got the breakthrough when Abdullah Al-Khalasi broke down the right flank and crossed the ball to Mahdi Abdul-Jabbar, who finished with style. Sudan's comeback hopes then took a dent early in the second half when defender Mohamed Ahmed was given his marching orders after lashing out at Abdul-Jabbar off the ball. The Africans kept on pushing and leveled the scores courtesy of an own goal by Vincent Emmanuel as he tried to clear the ball under pressure from Yusuf Mozamil. Bahrain retook the lead with a penalty after Mustafa Mohamed brought down Ali Mudan in the area, and substitute Mohamed Al-Ramahi dispatched the spot kick. Mahdi Al-Hamadan put the icing on the cake with a clinical strike just before the final whistle. Player of the match, Abdullah Al-Khalasi from Bahrain. Here are the group stage stats. From Yazan Al-Naimat's milestone strike to Syria and Palestine upsetting the odds, FIFA looks at some of the best numbers behind the Arab Cup group stage. The attendance record for a FIFA Arab Cup fixture was smashed during the opening phase. Morocco and Saudi Arabia closed out Group B in front of a huge 78,131 spectators at Lusail Stadium. Yazan Al-Naimat netted the 100th goal scored at a FIFA Arab Cup. The Jordan forward bundled home the winner against the United Arab Emirates on match day 5. Syria and Palestine both advanced from Group A at the expense of Tunisia and Qatar, despite sitting a cumulative 92 places further down on the FIFA Coca-Cola World Ranking. Tunisia are currently ranked 40th, and the hosts are in 51st place on the global ladder. Syria and Palestine, meanwhile, are 87th and 96th, respectively. Just 88 seconds separated Yahya Al-Ghassani's first and second goals against Kuwait. The United Arab Emirates winger put his side ahead after 15 minutes and 35 seconds with a cool penalty and doubled the advantage on 17 minutes and 3 seconds with a neat side-footed finish. Algeria managed to score twice 46 minutes into their victory over Iraq. Mohamed Tougai headed the reigning champions ahead 1 minute into first-half stoppage time, before Sodnatic put through his own less than 60 seconds after the break. Egypt and Jordan both hit a single-game high of 19 shots versus Kuwait. The Pharaohs could only draw 1-1 with the Blue Wave, while Jamal Salami's side ran out 3-1 winners. Algeria and Morocco remain unbeaten in their 6 FIFA Arab Cup group matches since 2021. The Phoenix won 2 and drew one of their 3 opening round games 4 years ago and mirrored that at these finals. Morocco, meanwhile, enjoyed a perfect group stage last time out and took 7 points this time around. 4 sides claimed their maiden finals wins: Bahrain, Iraq, Palestine, and Saudi Arabia. Of that quartet, only the Bahrainis failed to make the knockouts. Jordan's Ali Owen was the only player to score 3 times during the groups. He became the first player in Arab Cup history to net 3 penalties at one finals, with goals against the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, and Egypt. Palestine became the first side to recover from a 2-goal deficit in the opening round. Tunisia went 2-0 up in the 51st minute, but goals from Hamd Hamdan and Zaid Kumbar saw them claim a crucial draw. The Lions of Canaan also made history by becoming the first side to top a group at this tournament despite winning just 1 match. They downed Qatar with a dramatic 95th minute own goal by Sultan Albright, before the aforementioned draw with Tunisia and a tie with Syria. After the conclusion of the FIFA Arab Cup group stage, just 8 nations remain in contention for the title. Through an exhilarating week and a half of action, there have already been 61 goals, close to 1 million fans in attendance, and a host of standout individual and collective performances. Reflecting on an exceptional start to the regional showpiece, FIFA spotlights half a dozen players who have shone during the first phase of the competition. Here are the 6 stars of the FIFA Arab Cup group stage. 1. Akrefa Bada from Algeria. With the likes of Ridouane Berkane, the ageless Yassine Brahimi, and Adil Boulbina all impressing going forward, Algeria have dazzled in attack. They've been quietly just as good at the other end of the pitch, conceding just once, and much of that is down to central defender Bada. The 26-year-old has never played outside of his homeland, but has starred at the Arab Cup with some spectacular clearances, perfectly timed tackles, and crisp distribution. 2. Salem Al-Dosri, Saudi Arabia. The Saudi sensation has starred again during the regional showpiece with his trademark dribbling, passing, and explosive burst of pace all on full display in Qatar. Whenever the Green Falcons have needed a player to raise the tempo or create chances, they have, as they always do, looked to the veteran winger. Even though he was rested from the final fixture, with the team already qualified for the knockouts, his return of 2 assists in his nation's opening encounter and then a further 2 assists plus a goal in their second means is impossible to leave off this list. 3. Karim El Berkawi, Morocco. One of the players handed a chance to impress in the absence of a string of regulars. 30-year-old El Berkawi has certainly done that. Powerful, explosive, and deadly in front of goal, the versatile attacker is often deployed centrally at club level but has found a home on the right wing in Morocco's 4-2 or 3-1 setup at the Arab Cup, with goals in both his nation's first and third outings. He's also provided valuable returns for an Atlas Lions outfit that are through to the quarterfinal for the 2nd straight edition. 4. Hamd Hamdan, Palestine. Palestine have been one of the surprise stories of the tournament so far, having secured a quarterfinal ticket for the first time. Tactically sound, technically solid, and with a fantastic belief in camaraderie within the squad, the Lions of Canaan have been efficient both defensively and going forward. Knitting things in the center of the pitch has been the versatile Hamd Hamdan, who has alternated between a central role and a more advanced one in Palestine's 4-2 or 3-1. The left footer has a commanding defensive presence and also the quality to push forward and contribute in the final third, with a delightful long-range goal against Tunisia starting his nation's comeback in their 2nd group outing. 5. Omar Kribin, Syria. Vastly experienced but still as deadly as he has always been, Omar Kribin continues to provide a lethal goal threat for a Syrian side that is in an extraordinary vein of form, having lost just once this calendar year. The 31-year-old's curling free kick to win their opener against Tunisia was an outstanding strike. Somehow, he found an even better finish to rescue a point against Qatar 3 days later with a rising rocket from 25 yards that flew into the top corner of the goal. 6. Ali Olwen, Jordan. If you had said that the top scorer through the group stage was a Jordanian, many would have expected that to be Yazan Al-Naimat. It's Ali Olwen, though, who has stolen the limelight so far, scoring from the penalty spot in each of his nation's first 3 encounters and generally posing a threat whenever the Nasham have gone forward. After the conclusion of the group stage, Jordan's Ali Olwen leads the top scorer race at the FIFA Arab Cup. 4 years ago, the FIFA Arab Cup provided plenty of thrills, with 83 goals scored in 32 matches and an average of 2.59 per match. The current edition, taking place from 1 to 18 December, is shaping up to be just as exciting, with heavyweight nations from across the Arab world set to put on a show in Qatar. After the end of group stage action, it's Jordanian forward Ali Olwen, with 3 goals, who stands alone at the head of the top scorer race. 3 goals, Ali Olwen, Jordan. 2 goals, Mahdi Abdul-Jabbar, Bahrain. Yahya Al-Ghassani, United Arab Emirates. Fad Al-Hajri, Kuwait. Mohamed Ali, Iraq. Isam Al-Sabi, Oman. Ridouane Berkane, Algeria. Adil Boulbina, Algeria. Karim El-Berkawi, Morocco. Mohamed Kano, Saudi Arabia. Omar Kribin, Syria. 1 goal, 33 players. Now looking at the quarterfinals. December 11th, quarterfinal 1, Khalifa International Stadium, 5:30 p.m., 14:30 Greenwich Mean Time. Morocco vs. Syria. Quarterfinal 2, Lusail Stadium, 8:30 p.m., 17:30 Greenwich Mean Time. Palestine vs. Saudi Arabia. December 12th. Quarterfinal 3, Education City Stadium, 5:30 p.m., 14:30 Greenwich Mean Time. Jordan vs. Iraq. Quarterfinal 4, Al Bayt Stadium, 8:30 p.m., 17:30 Greenwich Mean Time. Algeria vs. the United Arab Emirates. Rest days, December 13th to 14th. Semifinals, December 15th. Semifinal 1, Khalifa International Stadium, 5:30 p.m., 14:30 Greenwich Mean Time. Semifinal 2, Al Bayt Stadium, 8:30 p.m., 17:30 Greenwich Mean Time. Rest days, December 16th to 17th. Third place playoff. December 18th, Khalifa International Stadium, 2 p.m., 11 GMT. Final, December 18th, Lusail Stadium, 7 p.m., 16 GMT. Thank you for being here with us. Hey, stay tuned with us for updates to see who goes through to the semis and to the finals and who wins it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more. We leave you with the quarterfinalists' 8-team squads. See you next time.